This is
Up
for Grabs, a podcast where three unfiltered friends talk about anything and everything. And now, here are your hosts, Tracy, Kim, and Rachel.
Welcome to Up for Grabs. I'm Rachel. I'm here with my friends Kim.
Hello.
Hello. And Tracy.
Hello.
Hello. Today on Up for Grabs, we're going to discuss, we all watched the documentary that I think it was Colin Hanks was. Involved with.
I did see his name.
Yeah, Colin Hanks and Ryan Reynolds, I think, had like executive producing on it. But it was the documentary called I Like Me, and it was about John Candy. And the I Like Me, did you catch where that was from? Why they named it I Like Me?
He doesn't have a line in a movie with Tom Hanks? Or who? What movie is it? Is
the
it
Planes? It's with Steve Martin, yeah.
Steve Martin, okay, yeah.
Planes, Trains, and Automobiles.
Yeah,
Yes.
Planes, Trains, and Automobiles.
And
yeah,
in the documentary, they showed that part. That was so touching.
Yes.
Because, well, they had Steve Martin talking about it, too. Kind of replaying what he remembers
I have
from...
to say what Steve said after, but go ahead.
No, yeah, tell me. Yeah, say.
No, after the scene, after they were done with the scene, Steve said, that was just acting, right? Like, you know, we were just acting, kind of. Like, he really wanted to make it clear because there was so much emotion on John Candy's side of it that he was like, what just happened in that scene?
Well, it showed he wasn't just a comedian.
Yes.
He could have, if he would have lived long enough, he would have been a dramatic actor at some point too, like a Steve Carell or, you know, something like that where he would have.
Like a Robin Williams. Like, that's kind of what I thought of when I saw that. But yeah, Steve Martin's reaction was telling because I think they all kind of thought, well, he's, you know, kind of one-dimensional in this way, you know.
He's a laugh a minute, you know, kind of guy.
Slapstick.
Yes.
And he was so, one thing that kept coming up. So in this documentary, I Like Me, it talked to various people that knew him well throughout the different parts of his career.
It was very much a who's who of comedic actors and actresses.
Yeah.
I mean, like everybody who was anybody who was still alive when this was made was in it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think one thing, I mean, I didn't realize he was 20 years older than I am. He was born in 1950.
Yeah. Because we only remember him young. You know what I mean? Like younger. I mean.
So I was never really exactly sure how old he was when I was watching him in most of his movies. So he was probably just in his 30s.
Partially because of his size.
Yeah.
You don't always know. You know what I mean? That's just, it's different. It's.
Well, and I think, so when he was born in 1950 in Toronto, and what I thought was interesting was that it seemed like his entire life he was carrying around the weight of losing his dad. And I think I understood this right. Tell me if I'm wrong. Did his dad die of a heart attack on John Candy's 5th birthday?
Yes.
Yes. Or the day, was it his birthday?
It was birthday.
Okay. Because I know he said we just went along and celebrated it, and I didn't know if it was the next day
I think it was on his 5th birthday.
Okay.
And then he said, and we kind of just went on and never really talked about it.
Yeah.
Ever.
So
Ever.
he held on to that.
Can you
all of
imagine?
that childhood trauma.
No.
He was only 5.
He was 5.
His dad was only 35.
Yeah.
Oh, so yeah.
So that kind of was the basis, and that's when he said from that time he enjoyed playing make-believe and
Escaping.
And it totally obviously makes sense, but he never dealt with that until later in his life.
Right.
They showed in the documentary. I liked that they had so he had a son and a daughter. So his son was, I forget how old he was when John Candy died. Probably.
He was very young because he said he has very little memory of him.
Right. I don't know either.
So maybe similar to what John. So he's like, you know, I appreciate that my dad did end up going to get therapy later in his life and wasn't afraid to do that and was working on himself from that traumatic loss of his father. So I knew when he died, it was okay and good for me to go and get therapy and
Yep.
that kind of.
And they had some home movie clips, and they were talking to the kids, and he just seemed like such a good father. And he had said that there were movies that he turned down just so he could be home and spend time with his kids. And I know all of my actor friends.
Oh my God, Cedric!
They, but when they get the movies and they take them because they don't know when it's the end of their career.
Right.
But he said that he would just not take it if he needed to be home for a while with the kids. So.
Yeah. And that was just the beginning of the documentary was, maybe it was Dan Aykroyd or somebody. No, it was Bill Murray.
Bill Murray.
Saying, usually for these kind of things, now that the person has passed, you can, get the dirt and like really let everybody know how they really were. He's like, there's nothing bad to say about him.
Because I will say, if you're going into it wanting to documentaries, usually they want to keep their riveting. They want to keep you. I mean, it's a bit of a snooze fest in the sense that you're just hearing really good things about a really good guy.
It's just all sweet from beginning to end.
And there's nothing wrong with that at all. But it's just reminiscing on what he meant to people. They're really...
Everyone just thought he was the biggest sweetheart. Martin Short said that, I think it was Martin Short, that they were, they would all go out to eat after, like I think it was Second City or whatever it was. And he said, we're all making the same amount of money.
That was,
And he would always pick up the check and say, I got this, And he said he was just that type of person that
he wanted to take care of people.
Take care of people. And like, he was big and also bigger than life in a room or a situation.
Yeah.
He was just a good guy.
And one thing that I did think about after it was over. Yes, he was a good guy. They did talk a little bit about, obviously I think he dealt with depression related to his father's passing and stuff like that. But it did say he drank a lot.
Yeah. And he smoked.
And he smoked.
But it never said anything about drugs.
No.
But he was good friends with John Belushi and Dan Aykroyd and all the people. And during the 80s, when everybody was doing cocaine.
I don't want you to put that on him because there has been nothing that said he did.
I didn't say he did. I'm just saying.
I'm just telling you, don't smear it.
I didn't smear.
I'm
just saying I didn't know that John Belushi hung out with people that didn't do drugs. You know what I mean?
That is true.
That's all I'm saying.
All right.
And not that, whatever. Maybe he did do drugs, but they weren't his real vice. Like maybe it was just alcohol and whatever.
Because truly, I even looked it up after the documentary was over.
Don't be mad. Tracy's mad at me for bringing up the fact that he could have been on drugs. I besmirched his name.
You did.
Sorry.
Go ahead, Kim.
But that... Obviously, he had a bad heart, and it was hereditary. Weight didn't help it. His vices didn't help it.
Right.
But also sleep apnea. He died. A big cause of it was sleep apnea. And it's like you think now, how many years out that stuff would have been caught, that stuff would have been. So, yeah, it's a different time. It's a bad time, a bad era to have heart disease.
Yeah.
It just is. And especially with his dad dying the age that he did and stuff. So, yeah.
Well, let's talk a little bit about...
Hold on 1 second before we move on from him. One thing that I wanted to add was I put on Facebook after I watched it because I was so moved by it, and I just put nonsense on Facebook. But I was like, if you're looking for something to watch this. It's really good or funny or whatever. And one of our friends from high school put a comment that I did not have memory of, but she said, I remember when he died because we were on vacation, and Angie, my sister, was afraid to wake me up from a nap to tell me because she knew I was going to be upset about John Candy's passing.
It was sad. I remember it.
I don't remember this happening, because, I have a little bit of a memory issue sometimes. But Tammy remembered it, and she was like, it was very sweet. You were just like, she knew you were going to be sad. So.
That's one thing that they talked about in the documentary that I thought was interesting as well, was that the whole weight issue and all the interviews he did that part make you as uncomfortable as it made me?
Yes, because it's just like interviewers wanted that to define him.
Yeah, they would make jokes in his face about his weight, which was part of his shtick.
I know,
but but you could see on his face, like he was not responding to that.
It's like he went dead in the eyes, like just sad.
I was like, oh my gosh, if I can see that
every time he was
interviewed. And maybe
it's
just me knowing ahead of it what he might have felt, but Like, he wanted credit for what he did and not just being the fat guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
I agree.
Because he was like they showed like his big break was Stripes.
Yeah.
And his big role, what he was there for, he was the fat guy.
Yeah, I mean,
and so they rolled that film of him having to talk about, I'm here just to get in shape, like, haha, I'm in the army to get in shape because I'm the fat guy, that kind of thing. And just how, Bill Murray and like everyone else was like, it hurt them to watch him do that because they knew it made him sad.
Yeah, and I'm sure that was part of probably a lot of his struggle with depression and just feeling like, am I being recognized because I'm funny and I'm a good actor and not because I can be the token fat guy?
Yeah, well, I think then went on Letterman because he had gone on and had lost weight and was talking about how he'd lost weight. And, of course, there were little jokes made or whatever. But I think they said that after that, he had to put some of the weight back on for roles. Yeah. Because nobody wanted him normal size.
Yeah, I felt like maybe somewhere in there, I don't know if it was that exact time, but I feel like he mentioned that and he didn't just gain some back, he took it to another level. Like his wife was saying, hey, I used to buy 2 X's for you and now I'm buying 5 X's for you. So, this isn't good.
Yeah, this is all that you have to, this is it. Yeah. You can't go up any higher.
Yeah, right.
Thing. Yeah.
One of the people in it that was talking about their love of John Candy, and it made me happy, was Conan O'Brien.
Yeah. Yes, I did. I
how he's my boyfriend, but loved the old pictures of Conan from the Harvard Lampoon.
Yes,
young Conan is hilarious looking.
He's a peculiar looking guy anyways.
You'd remember meeting him, but I thought it was really sweet. He kind of got choked up a little bit saying that when he was the kid that picked John Candy up from the airport when they had invited him to come and get an award from their thing. And he, first of all, couldn't believe he agreed to come. And second of all, couldn't believe he got to go get him. And he said something like, he said, I felt comfortable with him because he was so kind that I said, I think I might want to give this comedy thing a try. And do you remember what John Candy?
Yep.
She goes, and Conan was like, and John Candy looked at me and said, you don't try it.
You just do it.
You do it or you don't do it. And Conan was like, okay. He's like, so coming from him, he's like, he gave me enough courage
enough of a push to say, I got to do it.
Yeah.
If I'm going to do it, I got to do it.
Yeah. I enjoyed in the documentary them reminding me, because I didn't know off the top of my head, kind of his filmography. Like I didn't know everything that he was in.
I really didn't either. I didn't remember that he was in Splash.
Me neither. And that's why when I saw Tom Hanks in it, I'm like, why are we talking to Tom Hanks?
Did you notice though, and I think because his son produced it and maybe it was just kind of a little joke, but they'll put the actor's name and then put like maybe what they're famous for. And when they put Tom Hanks, the first time they interviewed him, it said Tom Hanks, actor, Splash. And I was like, son of a gun, he's got more than Splash. But then I thought maybe that was a little dig by his son, like, hey, that's,
that's all we know you for.
I mean, obviously it's because he was in it, but it just made me laugh. I'm like, really? Like Tom Hanks? I don't know, Forrest Gump.
Well, I remember seeing Splash, but I did not.
John Candy in it.
I did not remember the John Candy.
It's been so long since I've seen that movie. So,
I have never seen from start to finish Uncle Buck.
Me neither.
You haven't?
No, but after seeing, they talked to Macaulay Culkin.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh,
I love Macaulay Culkin. I love him.
He and Kieran
Kieran or whatever. Yeah,
they keep it real.
They do. I talk about childhood trauma and making it work for them. I mean,
well, that's broke my heart.
I know.
I mean, how old was he in Uncle Buck? He that was before Home Alone, so it was like
little.
He was maybe like 5.
He was so cute.
He was so cute.
And John, remember he said that John Candy, like they did that back and forth.
Yeah.
And he was keeping up with him as a 4-year-old or whatever. And John Candy is like, oh, okay. Is this what we're working with? Yeah. Okay, then it's on.
Yeah.
But the fact that John Candy, he said, noticed, hey, this kid's dad seems like a jerk. Like he'd say to him when his dad was around, everything okay?
He was aware. Yeah.
He was being a dad to him. I'm like, that's sad.
Yeah.
I mean, it was wonderful for Macaulay Culkin because he did need some. I think he did need some help, and probably did like working with him because he knew he was safe.
Watching out, yeah.
But my favorite John, like when I thought John Candy, I thought of two things. My favorite one is Planes, Trains, and Automobiles.
Every time. Yeah.
Every time.
Yes. Every time.
Every time. Very quotable.
What is it? That's not pillows. What is those?
I was going to say very quotable.
Those aren't pillows. Or do you know when they're in the bed, sharing the bed, and he's
it's
like
been
got his
so long
hands
since I've seen
between, he's like something about his hands between the pillows or something, and he's
my
like,
God,
those aren't the pillows or whatever. I don't remember, but whatever it was, Steve Martin screams and throws a bit, and I don't remember exactly. But
No, he was just so lovable in that. And I forgot, and this is what we'll segue to another part of talking about it, but John Candy had so many really memorable smaller roles in big movies that kind of stole the show.
Yeah.
Like I had forgotten they had Catherine O'Hara on talking about working with him in Second City and SCTV, that kind of stuff.
yeah.
And when she was in Home Alone, I forgot he was in Home Alone.
That's another one that I forgot he was. I remembered it when she talked about it and I was like, oh yeah, he was. But
He was the polka king, and like he drove her home. I don't remember exactly, but in those roles, he stole the scene in every thing, like the whole vacation thing. Sorry,
park's closed.
Yeah, I forgot that it was him that said it, and they played that clip too, and I'm like, he was just so
in
good.
Everything. I know he was,
and they did say that the people that used to work with him back in his early days, either with SCTV or Second City, were like, oh, that was definitely a character that he did a lot.
And
and that he played it in that movie, and he did it really, really well. Any other John Candy favorite movies? I was not familiar with. Okay, so they said that he wanted to direct, and that he was directing and was in a movie called Wagons East when he passed.
Okay, yeah. I
don't remember that.
I don't remember that either.
So I don't know if did they not finish it since he died, and maybe it never came out. Like I had never heard of the movie.
Yeah.
The other thing I didn't know about him was that he was part owner of the Toronto Argonauts, the CFL football team in Toronto. In 1991, he and Wayne Gretzky.
Yes, I did see that.
Were owners.
I would have never known that. I mean, I just think in the day and age that we lived in, you just didn't know like you weren't able to Google something about somebody
and no one cared about Canadian football back then.
No,
so
that's very true.
Yeah.
But I was like, hey, wait a minute. He owned it with Wayne Gretzky. And like, it was kind of a big deal. And like, he was really involved. Like he'd be on this because football was something they said that they said he played high school football and that's what he thought he really wanted to do.
Yeah.
And then he got a knee injury and he basically didn't have a kneecap.
They never replaced his kneecap.
Yeah, they said he didn't have a kneecap.
And that's why he couldn't enlist in the army.
Which
is in Vietnam. Like he wanted to be.
Why in the world would he want to go to Vietnam?
I think he was just pissed at the state of affairs of,
But thank God he didn't have a kneecap. Yeah.
Can you not? I didn't even know you could not have a kneecap.
Me neither.
Especially with the weight, that probably really isn't good, right?
Yeah, I didn't really get. I'm like, well, I guess they just didn't have the prosthetic to. I don't know. That was weird.
It was weird. So anyway, he owned part of the Argonauts. The last thing that I thought was really touching and kind of, I didn't realize this, and it's kind of a big deal. They were talking about in the documentary about his funeral. Do you remember what they did? So his funeral was in California, and they said they shut down the freeway.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
For his procession.
Yeah.
And they said they've only ever shut it down for the Pope and a president and John Candy. And I was like,
that says a
oh
lot
my
about,
gosh.
that says a lot
That's
about
a pretty
human
big deal.
being.
Yeah.
I thought that was really sweet. I was like, oh, what a good guy.
I know.
What a sweetie. Yeah, everyone said the same thing. It just that the overall thing was he made everyone feel important.
Yeah.
And he was kind.
Yeah.
Kind of a people pleaser, which, I
don't know. I just kept thinking about it the whole time. It's like, it's amazing what the things that happen in your childhood, how they can either steer you the wrong way or they can steer you a good way.
Yeah.
And it's like, I don't know. I feel like his dad probably just from a spiritual point had a role in making sure he was going to be okay. And I don't know. I just thought it was neat how he chose so hardly.
Yes.
So, to be a different to be present.
Well, and the other thing I thought was interesting was, didn't they say that he met his wife, like they were dating, and he had a really good job at it was Easton's sporting goods store. He was a manager, and he had like a car. They gave him a car for the job, and he had to decide, would he leave this really good setup or would he try the acting? And I guess I don't even really remember. I mean, I obviously chose the acting, but I don't remember them saying any big epiphany he had.
No.
He just
got lucky.
Just thought he'd try it.
Yeah.
Right time. Right timing.
But his wife seemed really, really sweet.
Yeah, she was sweet.
Very much.
Okay, so let's talk about other comedic actors that we love, always laugh at, steal scenes, just people off the top of your head when you think of people that you love and always laugh at, whether it be movies or sketch comedy. Like, it doesn't have to be just movies, but
because I was thinking of shows.
Me
just
too.
came in my mind.
Shows too.
Me
So,
too.
I think that's kind of where I.
Both Sean Hayes and the actress who plays Karen in Will and Grace.
Megan Mullally.
Megan Mullally, whatever.
I think that's right.
I think that's how you say it.
Yeah. So Will and Grace are the named characters of the show, but these two, I think, made every single episode so hilarious. I mean, like, laugh out loud.
Yes.
Hysterical. Send somebody the clip of it.
Yeah.
Like every week.
Yes.
I did not watch that show religiously, but I watched one.
I did.
Like, there are just a few sitcom shows that stick with me,
right,
for being just so funny. And one of them is the Will and Grace, when Matt Damon was on and they wanted to be in the boys' choir. They were going to travel somewhere or something. And Sean Hayes. Was it that? Well, Sean Hayes wanted the spot in the choir or something, and Matt Damon was there and trying to take his. It was so good.
Yeah, he had like a few episodes he was on.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Or the episode when Cher was on there and he did his impersonation. And then she's like, "Oh, you mean like this?" And she does it, and he goes, "Not quite." Like, he corrected her, like, didn't know it was her. I thought it was an impersonator, and it was Cher, and it was funny. So God. All of it. He was always funny.
Who else you got, Tracy? Besides, Sean Hayes was good.
Yeah, I have those two. So I thought of another show, Roseanne, which I love.
Oh, I know.
And Jackie, the sister. I mean, my sisters and I can't quote the phone call enough, the one where their dad dies and she has to call their aunt Linda, let's say. I don't know, I don't remember the aunt's name, but so Roseanne's like, you've got to do this call, and Jackie's very upsetting, cannot make the call, and she calls and she's like, "Hi, Aunt Linda, whatever, it's Jackie, Dad's gone." And you only hear her side of it, and then she's like, "Dad's passed, he's gone." And then, like, the aunt is not catching on. And she's like, "Dad's dead. He's dead. She hangs up the phone. And she was like, "You cannot make me do that again."
That went well.
And it was so funny because Roseanne's sitting at the table like, "Oh my God, is that how you're going to handle this thing?" So Jackie just, had trouble handling all of the things. But
what was the other role that particular actress played? Because she also stole the scenes in that too. Did she play Sheldon's mom?
The mom in Young Sheldon.
She did.
The mom in Young Sheldon. Okay.
Oh, yes. No, Young Sheldon. No, regular Sheldon.
Regular Sheldon.
Regular Sheldon.
Big Sheldon.
She was Sheldon's mom.
Yes. Yeah. Big Sheldon's mom. Yes.
She was very good in that too.
She's a really good actress.
And again, I don't know her name. I don't know people's names.
Yeah. Jackie, we'll call her.
We'll call her Jackie.
Very, very good.
Kim, who do you have? Who do you love?
The first one that came to my mind was Kevin James. King of Queens. I did not watch that show during its run. I came upon it because Joe's dad, every time we went over to Steve and Mary Ann's, that show was on reruns, and we to this day watch it. We fall asleep to it because it's on what is TV Land. It's on TV Land from like 11 to 2 in the morning. Kevin James, the whole cast. Like,
yes,
I wish that they
hilarious.
would do a reboot of King of Queens. I mean, I know that Arthur's not still alive, but the rest of them are all around. Yeah. So, I cannot. And then it's funny, it's a show that really wasn't that long ago, but there are so many things that he says on that show and that does on that show that aren't politically correct anymore. Like, he smacked her ass I don't know how many times on that show. Like, he'd go boom, like, just like, I love him.
Yeah. He's very much a reincarnation of Jackie Gleason.
Yes, he is.
the Jackie Gleason show.
Yeah.
But
I think maybe John Candy ran so he could walk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
yes, yeah.
Yeah. So that was my first one that came to my mind. I love him.
I didn't watch a lot of King and Queens, but he's Paul Blart to me.
Oh,
and
God.
We love that one in
I
the
love
theater.
Paul Blart.
It made me want to ride a Segway. It's really, really bad.
He was so sweet and funny.
Yes. Lovable.
Yes.
Yes. Which brings me to another point I meant to say. I was talking about the John Candy documentary with Lillian, and she's, 23? And she's like, John Candy. She's like, okay, let me say this. Is this bad that I get John Candy and Chris Farley mixed up?
No.
And I kind of laughed. I go, I think I used to as well.
Probably.
Because they were both big and they were both tremendously funny.
Yeah.
So,
and crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Would do crazy things.
but
Chris Farley probably a little on the
more extreme side. Yeah,
Yes.
John Candy seemed tame. And now
Yeah.
that I saw that he was 20 years older than me, he obviously was not in the same age range. But I told her, no, Lil, I think you're not the only person that
No.
gets those people confused.
The fat guys.
That's pretty much what she was saying. And I'm like, if you would have said that to John Candy, he would have cried.
He
Lil,
would have hurt his little tender heart.
way
Yeah,
to
he
go,
would've.
Lil. Just kill him a little bit more. Who else you got, Kim?
I really relate when I was thinking of like actors and kind of I think even though the show was loosely based on his life, Everybody Loves Raymond.
Oh my God,
Brad
yes.
Garrett stole the show, and that sitcom every dang time.
Yeah.
Every time. Did you guys remember the scenes when he could dance? Like he did. He was in a bar, like a black club, and he was like he was his partner. He was a cop on the show, and his partner was an African American lady. And one whole show was him basically wanting to be a brother. Like, I'm going to act
my
black
God.
the entire time. He did the language, he did everything, and he wanted to be. And they, at the very end of that show, he's in a club, and some song comes on, and he's like doing Thriller moves. I've seen him in concert, like as a comedic actor,
Right.
and during his heyday, and he does that stuff. Like,
dances.
he's this humongous Jewish man, like 6'5", and he can dance like none other. It's
I've
weird.
never seen him dance.
It's weird, but
Hidden talent.
hidden talent. But he made me cry. Like I don't know. And maybe because I've seen him, he's very it is rated RR. His
Yeah.
comedy acts are. There is nothing clean about him, but that's what makes him funnier.
I feel like I didn't see him. Which came first? I guess
Well, he was on Bob and Tom.
that's what I was going to
All
ask.
the time.
Which came first? Was
So-
he Bob and Tom first, and
Yes.
then Everybody Loves
Yes.
Raymond? Okay, because I remember him from Bob and Tom.
Yeah.
Yes, he was a struggling comedian before.
But that's kind of probably
Everybody
how
Loves
he was
Raymond.
discovered.
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
No, Everybody Loves Raymond is good because the parents are so awful. The mom and dad, the late Doris something or other.
Every
Doris
mom.
Roberts?
Yes, she's so good in everything
Yes.
she does.
Oh my gosh.
But the dad and she, when they'd go back and forth,
Oh my God. It was like every old couple. I
Yeah.
mean, really. Oh, that was such a good show.
the first person I thought of when I thought of, who do I love? Who makes me laugh, like, without a doubt every single time? First person I thought of was Zach Galifianakis.
Yeah, he's funny.
I love like the movies, like The Hangover, the first one is so good.
The best part of that movie was the outtakes at the end.
Oh
And he was the one. He's like the funny where you feel like kind of like you're real nervous and uncomfortable.
Yeah.
That's how he makes you feel. He is so
And
funny.
the whole Between Two Ferns.
Hilarious.
Oh my gosh, those are so good. If you've never seen those, just get on YouTube and type that in.
I love his ones with Hillary Clinton because she never responds. She always just looks at him because he says such horrible.
I've never seen one with Hillary Clinton.
Hilarious.
I can't remember who I've even seen it with. Who is another one that he did it with and it was like,
Okay, the one I do remember, Keanu Reeves was on there.
oh God, I've got to go back and watch some of those.
And I'm going to totally mess this up, but you should go back and watch it. But he said something like, kind of making fun of his different movie choices and something about that Lake House movie that he did. He said something like, the only time I hurt myself or something is when I got up to leave Lake House in the middle and knocked my leg on the chair behind me or something. Because he was saying, I heard that you have like an injury from a motorcycle. And Keanu's like, yeah. He's like, the only time I got injured is when I was trying to leave your movie.
movie.
No, he just says, yeah. And like, but people like Hillary Clinton, like serious people, agree to go, and he says the most awful things to them.
Inappropriate, off the wall.
Yeah, he is a funny man.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, he was my first, and my second was pretty much anyone on this show, but I'll say Carol Burnett. But like Carol Burnett and Friends, when that variety show was on,
I love
Tim Conway, Harvey Korman, any of them.
If you say you like that old man that shuffled around,
Mr. Huygens? No, that was what he called Mr. Tudball. Mr. Tudball.
Yeah, Mrs. Huygens was the tight skirt.
Yeah.
But when he would play the old guy and he would shuffle, oh my God, I would get so freaking aggravated. I was like, if this scene doesn't end.
It was one of those where it just went on too long.
Yeah, every time.
And the only really reason I'm familiar with that is because I'll watch the infomercial on buying the set of all, and you can just get lost in it. It's so funny. I don't remember it during its time, obviously, but
I remember it during its time, and I just thought, the early memory for me was how unusual it is for a woman to have the name of the show, not just to have the name of the show, but be the star of the show and not just a backup character or whatever. I found that to be, I even noticed it as a 5-year-old watching. So it must have been in its time a really big deal for her to be in charge or whatever. A more contemporary person I thought of, and I know this, he's a friend of the show. He's somebody that everybody loves.
All right.
Jason Bateman.
Oh God.
Yeah, love him.
Ever since he was on Silver Spoons, that kid was stealing scenes. He is
they have a podcast, Jason, Sean Hayes,
I
Jason
think
Bateman.
They know about us, I'm sure.
Oh, what?
I'm sure they know about us.
Oh, probably.
They listen to us, but probably as much.
Between the three of them, Jason Bateman's kind of pegged to be the jerk because he's very like,
he's crabby.
He's OCD and he's very like, he's crabby, but you can't help but.
He's very type A.
Yes, very type A. And he owns it. So you can't really just, he's comedic, but gosh darn, he's a good serious actor too. Ozark, that's when I fell in love with him. And he was a terrible person. Yeah. And I just I love him.
Well, Arrested Development really had a lot of different people in it, but I would argue that he played the best straight man of any really successful television show because he was funny just looking at him. Like sometimes he didn't even, it was just a reaction shot. And I was like,
he's so good at like his facial. Yeah, he is funny. That is a good one.
Love him. How about you, Tracy? Got any more?
No, but if you tell somebody, I'll say if I like him or not.
Okay.
Like the other guy who's on their podcast.
Will Arnett.
Will Arnett.
He's sneaky funny.
He is sneaky funny. He's not laugh, fall over funny. He's mean. He's mean funny sometimes.
He really is. He's good.
I'm not mad at that.
As long as he's not mean to me.
Yes.
Another really good duo that was on a sitcom that I felt like they still have chemistry and they are rebooting this sitcom is Zach Braff and JD and Turk from Scrubs.
I can't remember the guy's name.
Yeah.
Did you ever watch Scrubs?
Back in the day, I
very like witty, good comedy.
Yeah.
Like everybody, even the supporting cast, but they do commercials together. Don't they do the cell phone commercials together?
I know who you're talking about, but I just don't know the kid's name.
But they're rebooting that sitcom and they're all coming back. So I think it's in production now.
Like the same setup?
They were young doctors at the time on the sitcom and I think they're teaching doctors now.
Oh.
So,
weird.
Yeah.
But okay.
So, yeah. They're funny.
They are. I have to give a shout out and talk about a person that is funny but can make you feel like his whole thing is just how uncomfortable he can make you feel.
Yeah.
Is Tim Robinson. I love Tim Robinson. So if you've never watched I Think You Should Leave.
I haven't.
Okay, I'm going to have to because I can't picture him in anything but a serious role.
What was his serious role?
I don't know. Am I thinking of somebody else?
You must be.
Tall guy?
Are you thinking of the guy that Susan Sarandon was married to? Was his name Tim Robinson also?
No, his name was... Hold on a minute.
Tim something.
Is this Tim
Robbins?
Is this Tim Robinson?
Yeah.
I don't know who that is.
Oh my gosh, really? Okay,
no, he looks like
Okay, look it up. Look this up now. Tim Robinson, what is his HBO show called? He just has a new HBO show called something like The Chair Salesman.
Oh my gosh. I've been getting all kinds of like Rotten Tomatoes, 100%, like one of the best, blah, blah, blah. What is it called?
What's his line?
I Think You Should Know.
Well, I Think You Should Leave.
I Think You Should Leave is the one. Okay,
and
hold on a
it's
minute.
funny.
The Chair
All right, I'll watch
Company.
it.
Yeah, The Chair Company.
So that's on HBO.
Yes.
Okay. I know it says that was an SNL writer or performer and writer.
Correct.
Okay.
He doesn't look familiar to me.
He
but-
doesn't look familiar. Tim Robbins
Oh, yeah, that's who I was thinking of.
is the
We added the son.
Robbins. Yes.
Not his child.
But I have been seeing a bunch of stuff about the Chair Company.
Okay, his whole thing is I Think You Should Leave. It's like short vignettes, sketch type stuff. Every character he plays, you know he's going to do or say something so horrible, and you're just waiting for it to happen.
Is it like a Steve Carell from The Office type cringe?
Sometimes.
Okay.
Oh, yeah,
Sometimes.
The Office.
So look up I Think You Should Leave. It is laugh out loud funny.
Okay.
It is ridiculous.
Well, I am ridiculous, so.
Well, then you'll love it.
Yeah. No, I'm going to definitely now I'm more intrigued to even watch the show
Okay,
on HBO.
I just thought saying stand up made me think that I have to bring up Cedric.
You mean your friend?
Yeah, my friend Cedric, the entertainer. Said. Yes, for the listening audience, I was at an event, and he showed up there. It was a public event. It wasn't like in someone's home. And I yelled "said" and ran across the room to get my picture with him. And I'm with my children. And I would like to say this was in my 20s, but
It was last week.
It was not. It was this summer. And it was a little bit embarrassing once I got over there. I'm not going to lie. Because
like, what happened?
I realized what I had done. But in the moment, I really just saw him and I was like, oh my God, there's Sid.
It was like an
My
out of
friend
body.
Cedric the entertainer.
Yeah, I mean-
because his stand up 20 years ago, I can quote most of it. I'm not going to do my impersonation. I told
you.
him that I did a good impersonation of him. Now, why did I say that? I don't know. And he says, let's hear it. And I say, absolutely not. But the impersonation is of him impersonating Fantasia. Oh my God. From
American Idol?
American Idol.
Because she has a real mousy voice.
At a lisp. Like a big,
Oh, my
he
God.
says she has a big thick tongue. And so he's singing
my
with a thick
God.
tongue.
Jesus.
And I also do that.
Off
I don't
mic,
think it would
we're
be
gonna
funny.
have to hear
I don't
that.
think it would be funny on here. But my sister.
I think it would, but no, we're
All right.
not. I wouldn't make you do it. I wouldn't make you do it, but if you wanted to, we could.
I don't know. It's basically he's like. I can't do it. I'm too embarrassed.
Okay,
All
well,
right.
we'll try to
But
catch
I
you
will do
doing
it for you guys when we get off
Okay,
there.
maybe we'll secretly record her and throw that up there too. The only other women I was thinking, I thought, you know what, we need to give women their
I
shout
know.
out. They're funny too. Catherine O'Hara, which we talked about.
Yes.
Gosh darn.
Love.
Schitt's
Even
Creek.
Schitt's
That's
Creek.
all you have to.
I watched it. I watched that whole thing through, and there were so many episodes, and
I am
loved
telling you.
every minute of it.
Love her.
I didn't really, obviously I knew she was in Home Alone, but when I started watching Schitt's Creek, I was like, how do I know her? How do I know her? And then you just like,
It's like all
Remember her
those
from all the things she
then
was
you remember
in.
all the things
Yeah.
once you figure it out. But oh my gosh.
like Best in Show, all those mockumentary things
Yeah.
that she was in with the same cast of people were always good. Madeline Kahn was always one of my favorites. As is Betty White. I don't know if Betty White had some comedic timing. She could steal a scene or two.
she could.
She could.
Yeah.
I loved Betty White.
I loved her in Mary Tyler Moore Show when she played Sue Ann Niven.
Yes.
Yeah, because she played a different sort of, like she wasn't
She wasn't as sweet and innocent.
correct.
Yeah.
She was kind of mean, which was
Yeah.
kind of fun.
Yeah.
Anybody else you want to give a shout out to that makes you laugh? Besides you two. You two make me laugh.
Yeah, we do make each other laugh. We are like our own Bob and Tom because they didn't say shit that was that funny, but then they would laugh at each other so much that and like Chick, he was
love
paid laugher.
Yes,
like,
he was a paid
They would
laugher.
just laugh, at each other so much that you would start to laugh.
Maybe
more
we
than
could just
what they said.
record a laugh track so I
I'm
could just
not
have
against
that.
it. I am not
my
against it. Wait, there was another stand-up I was going. Nate Bargatze is a
Oh, yeah.
current one that because he's clean. There aren't that many clean comics that
and
are good.
He's good, and Jim Gaffigan's good too. If you're looking,
Jim Gaffigan.
I love. He's just so
Yes.
self-deprecating, and he's
Yes.
just so real. Like I don't know.
Yes.
I really like him.
Yep.
But Nate Bargatze, my sister got onto him a couple of years ago, like when he was in, could never pronounce his last name. And then I saw him host SNL and I was like, who is this guy? And then he just hosted the Emmys. And I don't know if everybody really gets him, but I
do.
I think he's hilarious.
I think he is.
I've seen a couple of his stand-up
funny.
shows.
He's
and
so funny.
Yeah.
And it's just really his delivery.
Oh, it is.
What he's talking about is all pretty normal stuff. Like,
Yes.
yeah, stuff that everyone can relate to, but there's something about his delivery. It's good.
Yeah.
I do love him. Anybody else?
I wouldn't be. I do have to mention it. I don't know what made me even think of it. Gary Shandling. Like, talk about like near and dear to my heart. Like the Gary Shandling show was one of the funniest shows that's ever been made.
Oh my God.
Ever been made.
We were big Gary Shandling stand-up people
loves
from
him.
way back in the day. We still say,
I was gonna say Joe is
you know,
always
like now I'll play my friend's 20 gambling from the sitcom where his friend gave him $20 and he put it down and he won. And then he says, oh my God. And he's like, now I'll play my friend's 20. So anytime we're gambling somewhere, we say, now I'll play my friend's 20. Just lines like that. And, you know, he and I share a rare illness. So
I forget you have told us before.
Yes.
Is it the tremor?
no.
Oh, okay.
It's a
What is
different
it?
one, Kim.
Okay. Sorry.
How many diseases do you have?
A lot.
Okay.
It's what's there? My parathyroid.
Oh, parathyroid.
That's he died. He died.
Did he die of
partially from
complications?
parathyroid
I did
disease.
not know that.
Yeah.
I did not know that. Okay.
Yeah.
And also, I
he and
think-
have it.
Well,
Thanks.
you and Gare.
We're related. Go on.
I think there's a documentary about his life
There
too.
is. Yeah, because I've seen it.
That's where I learned it.
Yeah.
He had it.
Yeah.
I didn't know.
Yeah, if you haven't seen the documentary about Gary Shandling, it was
Yeah,
very,
he's really.
Yes.
very worth it.
And
Yeah.
another sad person. All of us.
Yes.
All
I
of
think
us
a
funny
lot of
people have some
comedians.
sadness
I think
in
a
there.
lot of comedians have
A lot of
sad stories.
clowns going on.
Did you say all of us funny people?
Yes.
She put herself on the
Me,
camera.
Robin Williams, Gary
Jim
Shandling. Yeah.
Which part of that is wrong?
Which one of these things just doesn't belong?
I think they're all in line.
Yes, we're all tortured people. That is for sure. Okay. Well, thanks so much for joining us today on Up for Grabs. We encourage you to watch the John Candy documentary and to think of the people that make you laugh and share that with everyone that you know too. We'll see you next time on Up for Grabs.